Welcome to Alaska Gateway School District's short video series on using the Classbright lesson planning system. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to add standards to a lesson plan. So for the purposes of this lesson, we've already begun a lesson plan, and I'm going to show you how to add some standards to it. So on my dashboard, the first place that I land after I log into the Classbright system, I want to find a lesson plan that I've already been working on. So I'm not going to click add this time because I'm not going to be adding a new lesson. This is a plan that I've already begun, and I started it in my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade math course. So I'm going to go there. And when I go there, I can go over to the Plans tab and see my plans. And here's a weekly plan that I've been working on. My status is I'm still building this particular plan, and so I'd like to go in and add some standards to this lesson. So to get into it, I just click right on it and I go into my plan, which I've pretty much already written for Monday, but now I'd like to add some standards to this plan. In order to add standards, I always click the selector button. The selector button takes me to this page. And the information up top shows me I'm in my order of operations plan for week 26. And here in this tab here under the selector, I'm in course standards. So what I have to do first of all is choose which standards I want to use. So in our system, we have several different standards in the Classbright lesson planning system. So I click this All Standards button and I choose the standards provider. Alaska GLEs are the content standards that we use for things like social studies, science, vocational ed, and those kinds of things. The ISTE standards are national technology standards. The local standards are cultural. We also have national standards in the system for music. If you're teaching language arts or math, you need to be using the new Alaska standards. That's very important. So that's where I want to pull my standards from, is the new Alaska standards. My content area is math, and my domain is going to be operations and algebraic thinking. If you're not sure and you need to search through the standards, you can, kind of go through this list and see what you want, but you don't actually have to choose anything here. You can also choose by grade level, although the more parameters that you can give the system to kind of narrow it down, the less reading through standards that you have to do. So the more I can kind of ratchet this down, the quicker my choice will be. My standard that I'm looking for, I happen to know is a 3rd grade standard. So I'm going to select 3rd grade. If I'm not sure, I could select 3rd, 4th, and 5th. I can select a range of grades. But remember, the wider the parameters, the longer you might have pages and pages of standards to read through. If you know a keyword that will help your search, you can put it in there as well. Once you have all your search items kind of defined, you click Find It. And based on what I've entered up here, I get this list of new Alaska standards that fits my search. It names the standard here and then gives the written standard out here so that I can read it. I know that this particular standard right here, this 3rd grade B5 standard, is the one I'm looking for. This matches what I'm doing in my lesson pretty closely, and so I want to choose it and attach it to my lesson. So I'm going to click this little plus sign right here, and it turns it into a check. If I had other standards on this page, I can continue to check them. If I checked wrongly, I can click it. It'll say, you want to remove this, and I could say okay, and it changes it back to a plus. So, but I do want to choose that one. If I wanted to choose others from a different domain or strand, I could go up here and do that. If I wanted to see number and operations in base 10, maybe for a different grade level, and click Find It, I could do that, and I could continue to check those things here. So once I've chosen the standards that I want to align with my lesson, once they're checked, they're in. So now I can go back and look at them. And if I go to the Plan tab up here, I see there they are now sitting on top of my plan. If I go back and review my plan and decide that, this doesn't really go with what I'm doing, I can get rid of it by hitting the trash can button here. And it takes it away. If this is something I know I'm going to be working on for several days, I can click the days that I want it to show up. I know for sure I'm going to be using it on Monday, so I'll click Monday. And that is basically all there is to attaching a standard to a plan. If I've done this already and I realize that I'd like to go back in and add some more, or perhaps I had something on Wednesday and I wanted to go attach one for that, I just go back to Selector, go back to choose my standards that I'm looking for in math, and my grade levels that I'm looking for, and make the choice. Okay? And sometimes if there's nothing that matches your system, matches your search, this is what you get. So that's basically all there really is to attaching standards to a lesson plan. Pretty simple.